we're going to chat fashion. Sandra Pittana is back in the house. It's been way too long. How are you? You look great too. Ooh, the shoes.
Thank you.
I am loving those. I'm good. We have some catching up to do.
We do.
You know, I love the fact that you went out and you did some shopping for us. So you went to 2 different places. We're going to start with H&M.
We are.
And how do you guys feel about H&M? And I know why they feel that way. It is a good price point, but you're getting really great, stylish, you know, up to the moment, trendy pieces, and you can get stuff for your kids, your husband, you know, everybody at H&M.
And it's interesting because yes, you can do all the really trend-forward pieces, which we're going to show you today, but surprisingly, there's some really great basics there too. So
good.
Don't just rule it out as only a fashion store, and I'll show you a couple of those today.
Okay, cool.
So, of course, we all know about this midriff bearing top that's around this season,
Yep,
and
let's talk
if
about
you
it.
even have to question whether it's right for you, don't do it. But if you've got good abs, it's great, and if not, there's a reason they make all those lovely tight little camis.
Yeah.
Because they could just fill in that little missing portion. But Tanika doesn't have to worry about that, so we're all good. And I love digital prints. I mean, I think I've been touting digital prints since the day they started. I love them. So, and it's done in scuba fabric, and it's laser cut on the bottom, so no seaming, no bulk. A really fabulous cardigan. I love the color, and I love the cocooning shape. I think they've done a really great job with that. You know, H&M always does terrific jeans, and they do everything from all the fashion jeans. This one I particularly liked, reminiscent, very close to a lot of very high-end designer line jeans this season. And of course, when Tanika wears them from there, let me just give you an idea, the jeans are only $39.95. So, you know, they're really affordable, but they're stretch, and I like the fact they're the black and brown together, or black and blue together, because it's sort of like gold and silver jewelry. You can wear it together and more stuff.
Match it up. Yeah,
and then the boots
awesome.
are fabulous, reminiscent of Carlos Falci, a great designer of handbags back in the 80s and 70s, and this is very much his patching feelings.
It's
and
a
great
teeny tiny little heel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to throw this out there. Let's say I want to wear the crop top and I don't have Tanika's abs, but I really want to wear it. Okay, so you're saying one thing I can do is put a cami underneath. Can the other thing I do, what if I have something that hits right there where it ends and there's no skin showing?
Perfect.
You can do that too, right? A high-waisted pant?
High-waisted pant, high-waisted, absolutely.
I'm looking for permission, people. Okay? Thank you, Tanika.
And just don't forget about things like that.
Beautiful bling. Gorgeous. Thanks, love.
I liked it because it was sort of as big as the digital print of the jewels.
Yeah.
Okay, now, if this doesn't remind you, and if you don't remember, your mom does, a sock hop. But it was just so funny. It was very 50s, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. We're seeing a lot of this longer length, this sort of midi length, done in this full skirt. Sometimes you see it slightly gathered, other times you see it cut on the bias and full. The double sweater, which actually is one piece, so it comes like this. I did not layer these sweaters. So that's, so I think that that's pretty cool. You get that sort of feeling, but you feminize the whole look by taking and putting on some great jewels, right? You always want, especially when you're going to balance it by wearing a Vans type of shoe. This one done in a textured snake skin look fabric. And then again, very Missoni reminiscent. I found the hairband. So the whole look went together for me. It's an alternative look. It's a fun look. It may not be for every day, but it's certainly got room in your closet for one day a week.
Now the midi is a scary length for some of us.
Yes.
What should you be a very long person to wear the midi skirt?
You know, I think it's more about the proportion you do with what you put on your feet. You know, when we used to wear midi skirts, we always wore knee-length boots with them.
Oh, really?
And I think that really dates it now. And I think what you want to do is either wear it with a flat or you want to wear it with an ankle boot. I think you want to pay attention to that. Keep the color consistent. That can also raise you if you're short.
Beautiful.
So there's a couple of tricks in there.
Okay, thanks, Jess.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, those are good tips because they're hot right now.
They are really hot.
But they can be could look a little dumpy if it's not styled right.
Now,
This is the opposite of dumpy.
Yeah, this is just like...
Look at those pants.
This
oh,
is
my
like
goodness.
the perfect runaround outfit. This is when you're all running around your Lulus and you shouldn't be. Because you're not really going to the gym. This does the exact same thing. You
just exchange your tracksuit for that.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We're all going to do that.
She has on the pleather pants, again, $39.95. And they're just sort of a staple this season. I think they're really this season's legging It just works. When you see it with a bit of a heel, yes, it ramps it up and makes it sexy. Truthfully, are we going to wear this with a rocker boot on the street? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it dresses it down. So you just decide, you know, where that fits into your day, what you want to do. I love the boucle wool top. I think this is a very expensive piece. It's fabulous. And it's that nubby sweater has this beautiful placket down the back. There's a zipper I can show you there. Down. And then it just clips in, so it's actually really what I would call couture detailing for a ready-to-wear piece like this.
Yeah.
And that's $79.95. And then I talked to you about Great Basics. This Great Basic, which Rose and I are both going to buy right after the show, has a very long, large turtleneck, a really long sleeve. It's slightly more opaque than some of the underpinnings we've shown you in previous years. And it's $34.95, and it comes in about 5 colors. So that's a great basic to layer.
Oh, really good. Thank you.
Okay.
That's a really smart thing to have. The turtleneck is where it's at. Pair that with the midi skirt as well, right?
And also, really, Tracy, there's so much of this shorter sleeve.
I know.
And when you've got the weight and the bulk of that boucle, you don't want a bare arm.
No.
It needs to, you know, be more packaged than that.
More.
Now,
this
how
is cute.
gorgeous is this?
Is that a skirt under there?
Well, a version of it.
Is anything under there? Oh, there's something.
Okay, so soft pink. I mean, it's a petal pink. It's a blush, and it's just a breath of fresh air.
It's one of my favorites. I love that color.
And we did it as that cocoon jacket, the covered button. Again, great detail, the soft pink scarf. But let's take it off so we can show them just a little of what's underneath, which is just, here, I'll take all this stuff. So much fun.
I love when you do all the same color tone as well. It's
Right?
just, there's something very rich about that.
So put this on in the daytime with an opaque tight in the khaki green. Do it with a short boot, flat, dress it right down.
Okay.
Ramp it up with one of the sexiest shoes of the season.
Those are hot.
This shoe is simply outstanding. It's $99.95. And it is, turn sideways for us so we can see
From
the
H&M?
heel. From H&M.
Oh man,
like
that looks
is an
good.
outrageous shoe.
Yes,
And
it looks
then-
like a sitting shoe.
yes, this is get out of the car, go in, sit at the
That's
restaurant.
right. Go sit down in that
go
shoe.
sit down.
They're so hot.
And then we doubled up 2 sets of necklaces to bring the color feeling from the skirt back up to the neck to
Beautiful,
give us
Sandy. It looks great. Tamika, thank you. That's gorgeous. It's the whole proportional balance as well, right? Ooh, this is interesting.
Okay, so this is again where we're really seeing, you know, this whole mix of fabrics. I mean, you really want to take something soft and sexy and you want to put it together with something nubby and thick, and you just want to play with that.
Yeah.
So these tiny shorts that are done in silk charmeuse trimmed in lace are probably really appropriate for the bedroom.
I think so.
But we need to make it street smart. Like, why? Because that's what they're sold for street, like, right? And not for street walking, just for street wear. So we put it on with an opaque tight, and we did it with a marvelous boot, and it just anchors it all. And then the nubby sweater that's kind of got that metallic flow to it. It's navy and green.
Yeah.
And then you cover it all with the big bathrobe coat. Really big again this season. This is something you do need height for, though, Tracy. This is contrary to the other one. Don't do this kind of coat if you haven't got the height for it, because you get drowned.
Yeah.
And you don't want your clothes to ever drown you. You want to wear your clothes. You don't want them to wear you.
Absolutely. It's all about the proportion again. So you find the teeny tiny little short, so it needs more. Give it an opaque tight. Give it a
necklaces.
boot. Like a bulky necklace,
you
a
just
sweater.
need to. It's the play of contrast that makes fashion work today.
Lovely. Okay, you go right to bed in those shorts, honey. Bye, Jess. Nighty night. Nice.
Okay, so we all remember the grunge trend the first time round, and it's back.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people that'll make really happy because it's just kind of that feeling you got out of bed and you just kind of roll it out with what you've got on. But others work very hard to make grunge look really great. So I think the one thing you'll find the trend of the season is these plaid flannel shirts are everywhere. And I love it when you mix a couple of plaids together. We did a jogging pant kind of feeling with it, sweat pant, knitted, very cool. It's got a just under here. Let me just show them this. So it's just got a couple of release pleats, side pocket. You know, it's great. And she kept that turtleneck on because we just decided it's such a good basic.
Yeah. And this is a good way to do the plaid shirt, I find, though.
Yeah, really.
Like undo it and belt it, or put another plaid shirt around it.
Yeah.
It actually gives it some structure. I like that.
Yeah, which you don't want them just to look big and like you just got them out of your boyfriend's cupboard, right? And again, the feeling of the salt and pepper tweed in the jacket, it gives that whole black and cream and gray kind of nubby some feeling and some texture, and I think it works. We put it again on with a heel, and again, in reality, you're going to wear it with a rocker boot. But okay, both
this is when you dress it up. Grunge never looks so good,
and
Sandy.
maybe this is also when you get to a certain age where you need to elevate the look because you're really not supposed to wear it, but you really want to wear it.
I like that tip.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good point.